Whether you're coming from a boat or a stand, welcome back to the lodge with your hosts, Matthew Dredska.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. No, come on, no. Dang.
Patrick Mudge.
I really don't know what to say that's funny because I'm not a very funny person.
True.
And Nick Conder.
There's a difference between picking and itching.
Don't tell me they're gone. I won't have nothing left. Don't tell me you're strong and you got no regrets. If thinking about us, thinking about then, thinking about how it could have been, don't cross your mind. So if you're doing fine, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Back to the Lodge is brought to you by Icy Tech USA.
Hey, it's the 6 o'clock hour here from West Tennessee. I'm Patrick.
I'm Matt.
I'm Will.
And I'm Nick.
And you're fired. Welcome back to the lodge. Oh, man.
I'm still new to this.
What a hell of a start that just turned out to be. So now you got it down, right? Justin's not here to hold your hand, so now you got it down.
And now we're feedbacking.
Are we?
No,
Oh,
that's
a plane.
Yep.
Like an airplane?
Airplane.
Airplane.
Seaplane.
It's a plane.
Speaking of airplanes, I got to see some behind-the-scenes footage of your intro video that I get to make this week.
Mm-hmm.
I really, good shout-out to Netflix. I love your Cobra Kai
Indeed.
activities.
Shameless plug. I practiced karate never, and I think you could probably tell. But I look forward to giving instructional, help and videos to people who also don't know anything about karate.
Here's what I learned. I learned that Will he believes he is more athletic than it turns out he is.
I am out of shape.
Huh.
Like round is a shape. Yeah, I know, but not the right one.
You're even out of that one.
Coors Light?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
What was it?
Rain. Call me. But no, it's no Coors Light today. But yeah, I think I pulled a lot. Like I was in the gym yesterday and it was sitting on the bench hurt. Like it all hurt. Like it was bad. Oh, my thumb. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Ow. I thought I was going to have to put a tourniquet on my finger.
Nick, you ready for the social media tags?
Yeah.
We're still out of focus. We got no logo in the corner. We're doing good.
Hang on.
It's hard work, man. Now you know what I had to do every week.
Look, I set all these cameras right, before we went live.
You have to set them every episode.
I did.
Oh.
Right before we went live, and then as soon as we went live, it just forgot all of it. I even locked all of it.
Welcome to technology.
Hey, man.
Did you spell them right?
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
The cancel culture has affected your autofocus.
It's oh, God.
It canceled your focus. Anyways, follow us on Facebook. If you're listening to this live, check us out right here on Facebook at Back to the Lodge. You can hit the share button, and you do us all a favor. Are you getting excited?
No.
You're going to be sharing Will starting Friday with Wine with Will. Nick, how does that audio plug go?
I wish I had a guitar.
No, just the end.
It's a
bit.
terrible tagline.
Wine with Will. You sing.
Wine with Will.
Wow. Yeah. That didn't suck at all.
I think he
What do
said
you think about that?
last episode he said that's bougie. I like it.
It is. So, yeah.
Fat
bougie.
Tag hash.
Yeah. Pound sign.
And you can also follow us on Instagram at Back to the Lodge. See, I didn't say Icy Tech that time.
No, you didn't.
You're
learning.
But
But
we're
then you
sponsored
did,
by
so
Icy Tech here in Icy Tech Studios that we built collectively.
Yep.
Me, Will, and Philip.
Philip. I wish he's got a radio.
Does he?
I mean, yeah. they don't not know anything. I mean, they're just minimalist.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have radios and stuff. He has like 14 trucks. One of them is bound to have a radio.
Matt's got some fans on there.
Uh-oh.
All right, Lobo.
We won't.
Should
we
I
won't
say
read
your
that
real
comment.
name?
Everybody else at home can read that comment. But anyways, give us a share and a shout out. As we're getting ready to announce some big things that are coming up, we talked about last week and the week before. And even though Nick wasn't present for anything this weekend, Nick had a big weekend and he wasn't even there.
Nice.
So Nick's got his GoFundMe set up. Go ahead and put that link in there, Nick. Yeah, you don't know how. You can go ahead and go to the GoFundMe on our page. We want to thank the Sherlitic family for donating, and also Mr. Rollerston, Jimmy, a buddy of mine down in Florida, who took care of you, Nick. And anyone else who wants to donate to that GoFundMe is going to put Nick in studio to record his master copy of his truly the first real album recorded, a full album. But Nick's going to be heading to Nashville here quicker than later to cut Badass Country Song.
Yep.
And that's going to be going out with the help of some of our friends to some of the guys down on Music Row in Nashville. So congratulations. Nick.
Thank you.
So hopefully, something good comes out of it, and we'll all be jamming to it, and it won't be you singing it, and it'll still be just as fun. And he'll be laughing, but he'll have money, and we won't. So
You better come back and buy us food. All I care about.
Dude, I'll take every one of you out.
Yeah.
To like the
whole
McDonald's?
3 of us
Like, wine and dine each of you.
separately.
Careful.
That's not McDonald's.
Careful.
Hey.
You can bring wine to McDonald's.
He puts in a Capri Sun.
Why are y'all laughing? You can absolutely bring wine. They have the little. Shut up. They have the little bottles.
Yeah.
Who has the little bottles?
The Getting Place. The liquor store. Now maybe gas stations. I don't know. They're like little shot things, but it fills up a wine glass. I've been doing some research now.
Good. You should be.
Also,
You've moved from box wine to little bottle wine. Airplane bottles. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, growth. That's what we're after.
Matt's still chasing that.
You learned about some other stuff this week also.
Yes.
A new addictive hobby that,
It's
for the people that don't know, Will is a motor guy, specifically GM,
yeah, because everything else sucks.
and you got to go on. Well, it has a big block Chevy on it,
It does. It does.
but it's not a car.
It's not a car. It's not a car. Now I need one, and that's your fault. Alex's fault. Well, you invited me, so I guess it's Alex's fault that he has it.
Yeah.
But it's your fault for inviting me because it's going to be a thing. I've been finding holes. There are people down in Louisiana and stuff that when things get flooded or something gets flipped off, they save the holes. So you've got these really expensive, good holes, which is exactly what I was looking for. They're still not cheap, but
Do you want to tell them what you're they don't even know what we're talking about.
Nick is wondering right now what's going on.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Technical difficulties.
Can't spell technical, but it was an airboat. It was an airboat in West Tennessee. Never thought I'd utter those words. I told my granddaddy about it today.
It's a little airboat too.
It's not.
I'm telling you, though, it's the bug that bites you.
It was a real problem. Like I saw them in movies, or something. I was like, wow, that's really sweet. Being on one, if you have to cover your ears to drive something, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, period. But man, then I immediately started thinking. On the way home, I was talking about ridiculous things, just putting even bigger engines on it than that, and we're like
Somehow there's going to be a JATO kit on the back of an airboat at some
twin
point.
turbo diesels or something. Why not? Let's just run it. And
Will didn't get to go on one of our absolute, just sort of killing sprees, bow fishing
probably
trips, because
best.
we're scouting for a tournament, which is why I want to jump in on this before he says where we all went. We
oh
can't
no,
say
I'm not
out
saying
loud
any
where
of
we
that. Not saying any of
You
that.
went in my backyard. I thought you went in my backyard.
went. Public launches.
Well, you
So
could
that's-
publicly pull up there.
That's what the regulations for the tournament say.
Correct.
So
Verbatim.
yeah, so we scouted a bunch and we saw a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of fish. Slung a few arrows.
Missed a lot of fish.
Yeah, you did, but you got one.
I did. Right off the jump, and then missed the rest of everything else.
But it was a good night.
Yeah.
Did you show off?
Did
no,
he
I
show
didn't
off?
really
No.
shoot. I didn't really
You
shoot
didn't shoot
much.
behind your back?
I did once, but we were wearing so much clothes that I
It
couldn't.
is a little chilly.
It got hot though.
Once we were in the fish, it got hot.
Yes.
It got real hot in the truck.
Absolutely.
I rode for 10 miles with half of my body out of the window.
Yeah.
Because I was wearing all
Like a
of my...
Ziploc bag.
I was wearing all my, like my huck, all my
hell were
my
you guys
bibs
doing?
and stuff.
Oh.
And I had to climb out of the truck.
windows were steamy.
His was the only one. God. He was like cooking.
We got home at what? We got home at like what, 5 in the morning?
Yeah, something like that. Because I was already hungry for breakfast.
But
Well, because he saved half of his sandwich like a smart guy.
Let me guess.
like I told you to do.
Let me guess.
Right.
You stopped at Little General.
Nope.
Or
Nope.
what's it called?
Casey's.
Casey's.
Yeah.
To get a sub.
Sure
before he
did.
left.
Yep. And they were, not good.
They were good last time.
They weren't this time.
I mean, they were.
I
They
remember
were
when we
edible.
stopped last time and you got moldy bread.
Thanks for telling me that.
Not last time.
I
but
didn't even
first
check
time.
mine.
Yeah.
I didn't even check
Matt
it
and I
for
got
mold.
sandwiches and we get in the truck. We were going. That wasn't the airboat. That wasn't when we went fishing with Alex. That was when we went.
I don't know.
We were going up to Real Foot for something. I don't remember what it was, but anyways, we stopped and we ordered sandwiches. Matt opened them. Like, what the? There's mold on my bread.
like
And the lady's like,
mushrooms,
"That's
kinda.
the third time today."
Oh, that's
Wow.
I know which one it was.
Yeah.
It was the same one we got ours at.
Oh yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
What
she
were
didn't
we
even like. She just said you could replace your sandwich. Like with more
Hard no.
We'll just tear that corner off.
We'll
Not
get to
gonna
the
lie
next
to you.
6-incher.
Were I hungry, I'd have absolutely torn that mold off.
Yeah.
Well, and
Which
you were-
is
back in the
always-
day, we
yeah,
would have done
for sure.
that, like without even thinking twice.
No.
Now you would just go without eating. Because
He
that's your
would.
option.
He would. I think when the military gives you food, you're just grateful, so you just
Yeah.
take it off. But when you go buy something and somebody looks you in the eye and says, "Thank you for choosing us," you're a little disappointed.
Oh, absolutely, but still hungry.
Yes. But question is would you replace it with the same loaf? I would. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it's not going to kill you. But it is kind of like,
Low AF.
it's penicillin. Kind of.
I can't tell the joke that accompanies that word.
But anyways, what kind of topics can people expect this Friday?
Well,
I think it's going to be topic, right? Each
Yeah.
episode, one topic.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
that
I mean,
sounds
I go off on tangents, so we'll see. But, I think it's going to kind of start out slow. Let people get to know me, and can't wait.
That's how I think it should start, too. The first one should sort of be a brief biology. Or biology.
You got to take
Biography.
Will in small bites.
Biology. I don't know if you want my biology right
I
off the
don't.
jump. But, yeah, and then
You did say biology, not anatomy.
I really... I can't, man.
Why not?
I'm so fat.
That's why we're doing wine with Will, not beer with Will.
Right. We need to be doing like water with Will.
We're sharing some chocolate covered cashews that we got from the weekend in Nashville, which taste amazing, by the way.
But we're definitely going to do, whether it's probably not going to be on the podcast. I don't know. We'll see. But the instructional videos are coming.
Yeah.
We're going to help people learn how to do things poorly. But
God, you're gonna kill our ratings.
I'm cheaper than the professionals.
Truth.
I mean, absolutely. Everybody's looking for a bargain, right?
What would be an example of a how-to? What kind of lesson would people expect from you?
Karate for sure.
Bear defense.
Bear defense, badger defense.
Badger defense.
I mean, I've never seen one.
Have you fought a honey badger before?
No. No.
I think a field trip's in order.
I mean, I am semi-professional at catching possums. Trick is
Nick's
when
becoming a connoisseur.
they
of
play
possums.
dead, if you start to play dead, I don't know what happens. You can't do that. You have to just keep going.
So guess what?
Stop.
They found out last year possums don't play dead.
They just get very limp and
They
quiet.
get so scared and or excited that they pass out. That is not them playing
I do
dead.
that.
It's kind of like fainting goats, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't actually go unconscious.
Right.
Which a possum I knew didn't actually go unconscious. It looks like it's playing dead. Still bites you. But
Guess what? I lied the whole time because I'm
Tail
wearing
first.
glasses. Looked like I should have known, right?
that's true.
Trust
You
me.
do look a little smarter than normal.
So you just made that up?
No, it's actually true.
See,
It
I
is.
can't believe it.
Like
now.
fainting goats, everybody
is.
thinks they pass out. Like
Isn't it just like a hormone dump of like norepinephrine?
It's the opposite. It's literally they just lose control of their muscles.
I do that.
Like pooping. No bad words. But yeah, so the how-to. I mean, karate is gonna have to be right off the jump. Self-defense is important this day and age, and it's necessary.
This is why you have your own show and you're not protection for Matt and I.
Correct. You're too tall. Nobody wants to get a step stool. You know, I'm gonna put you in the eye. Let me grab a ladder real quick. Sorry, Matt, but I mean, just whatever people are curious about learning how to do. If I know how to do it, be glad to help. If I don't, I'll pretend like I do.
And as this gets rolling, I think that people can actually write in for things that they would like to learn.
Sure. And then since it's not 1986, you don't even have to write in. You can just slide into the DMs. Found out that was a thing. Saw it on.
I can't. I'm creating a bogus account tomorrow.
Saw it on Letterkenny. They're talking about DMs
And me and Will have been talking about this too. I think Wine with Will is gonna get its own talk.
yeah, talk. Yeah,
TikTok.
for sure.
I think we need to put a what is it? The USPCC ratings or whatever it is, like NC-17.
USDA.
USDA.
Yeah, you need a USDA rating.
Because I'm a
for
sweet
sure.
piece of meat.
Probably need an FDA rating too.
I think you're flirting with me, and that's weird. But it is what it is.
Oh dear
That's
Lord.
what it is.
All right.
Fat
Anyways,
and bougie.
speaking of friends, our friends at Boots for Troops down in Texas, Jimmy, good dude that I've known on social media for a couple of years. They were having a little coffee powwow, and they had that concert. Was it Easton Corbin last year when we were going to head down, Matt? We were
was
we were still
Easton
over at the
Corbin.
radio. I think it was.
Yeah.
And we were going to go down and cover the concert, but we got like triple booked that weekend. But anyways, they were having a coffee session, and I'm like, hey, you guys need some Icy Tech tumblers. And they're like, hey, you need some Boots for Troops coffee. Now, this just came, but this one's called Lindsay's Morning Muster,
We can eat it.
South America, East Asia. That smells pretty good. I haven't even tried it yet. That sounded awful.
Go big or go home. Don't just. Kobe.
It smells good. So check them out. Boots
his
for
last
Troops
shot.
coffee. I'm willing to. We gotta get. Well, you can get the bun hooked up. You put that water line in.
I think that's.
Don't do this.
I think it's a pickup line also.
I was gonna say, I'm good with buns. Coffee makers.
Good Lord,
Everybody's getting plugs tonight.
Yeah.
Why not?
man! Somebody paid you.
I wish.
Are you getting it? There's a childproof.
You can just gnaw on it.
He did that like one of those girls that did the flags for the high school band.
Ooh, I got a name for those.
What do you call them?
Hey, make sure
on
you
this
cut
show.
the table we worked so hard on.
Don't worry, I did.
Really
I know.
that hard?
You probably did. You couldn't smell it through the bag?
I know it has that vent for breathing.
Right.
I like that.
What is it? Is it good? You didn't taste it?
Yeah, it smells good. I'll taste it. Okay.
No, my days of dipping coffee are over.
Well, that's dumb.
We should get chocolate covered coffee beans next time.
That's what I cracked my tooth on.
Was it?
Yep.
Mine
Billy
was a
made
peanut
some.
M&M. There's a plug that's shameless.
Billy made some a couple years ago at work. Brought him in. First one.
Pretty good.
It's got a
So check them out.
There's something.
I wish I knew their website off the top of my head. Anyways, it says on here the mission at Boots for Troops is to uplift and empower the overall morale and mental well-being of deployed service members defending our freedom. So your support goes towards that cause. And speaking of causes, we had a pretty big announcement last weekend. And we found a property we really like. We're working with a lot of folks to make this dream become a reality. And had to face reality this week, talking to some people that mentor me. And I used to have you're going to laugh. I used to have a fan page. Deleted it
good call.
about a year ago.
3 people.
I mean,
weren't
I'd join.
Actually, it was 6,000 people on it. That was more than your Facebook, but
Very popular in
not yours.
Dubai.
No, it was India.
What's the one that you get? You can pay for the people?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't even know how to update my phone. Another camera.
Will
angle.
just sells us pictures.
I mean, yeah. It is what it is.
Or at least you have a story about a guy that did
Fat
that.
and bougie.
Well,
Hey, I've seen him.
they're gonna need some context.
Nick goes, I seen him, and then you hear Matt.
Fat and bougie.
But anyways, put a page back together, so you can follow it on Back to the Lodge, my page. Maybe Matt and Will follow suit.
Do what?
You need a fan page.
No.
Yep. I'll create it for him.
I'll make one.
Yeah, you need
No
one,
shame.
man.
You'll do good, Will. But anyways, do
Absolutely.
the fan page so people
Do
can
well.
follow you and see your journey along the way. Makes you more reachable. It was good advice. I listened, did it. Surprisingly, I'm up to what, like 70, 80 people already. So
Heck yeah, man.
lucky me. So lucky. Anyways.
Photo shoot.
Bullshit.
Photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have one.
Hey, man.
For your
Hey,
fans.
I got you. I got you, man.
Did you
That's
see
what I
his new
appreciate
profile
about
pic?
you.
Yes,
that-
I
love
did.
that pic.
That was me.
I'm
That-
already
nice.
already editing that photo through Photoshop.
It was.
Great photo.
Hey, thick thighs save lives.
It'd been better if you were in silkies, but
Fair, but I mean, sometimes splitting the seams on Wranglers is as good. you can see my tramp stamp and silky.
But anyways, good productive weekend. Had meetings all weekend. Spent some time with Drake White.
Nice.
He was really excited about it. Loves what we're doing. Ready to help. And Scooter Brown. Spent the day with him on Monday. Scott is all in, 100%.
Of course he is.
So yeah, dude,
not?
Scott's such a great dude.
He is.
And
Fantastic hair.
there's some other bigger names coming that are in the pipeline, as we'll call it. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag until everything's, the ink dries and everything's settled. But this is going to be pretty cool. And, part of this is putting in an outdoor amphitheater for the artists to perform at and having private shows. I seen today, I was kind of like, aw, but I'm happy for him. First Bank. First
saw
Bank
that.
just opened their amphitheater, or is going to open their amphitheater in Franklin. First thought was, damn. But
Yeah.
then I was like, you know what, though? That's cool. It's going to help everybody out. That's awesome. And then my third thought was, there's no way in hell you're paying me to drive through Franklin on a Friday afternoon to go to a concert.
Or at all.
Oh, yeah. That is the worst, worst traffic in the Nashville area. Not to mention parking has to be at the top of the quarry, I'm guessing.
Well, and my thought, too, is that is much bigger than what we
Yes.
were setting out to
God,
do.
yes.
Ours
It's huge.
The one that we have designed is much smaller, more intimate,
Yeah,
way more
absolutely.
VIP, more.
More personal.
It's very personal.
That's what everything's
So-
about, is a
But
personal
not
experience.
less flashy.
And
it's
not
going to
only-
be just as nice.
And
Oh,
not only just
absolutely.
country music, but we envision
yeah.
speakers, and we envision a whole lot
Kesha.
more.
Are you going to speak?
I could.
Kesha.
I'll speak.
I like this.
Kesha.
I think we should get Matt to start doing more inspirational speeches.
He inspired me.
I got enough stuff going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak in an
keep
event
on
this year?
getting on.
One more.
Do you want to speak in an event this year?
Nah, I mean,
I've got one. I just
if
got a
I could
call.
avoid it, I would. But if I have to, I would. I mean, that's where I'm
We can
at.
get you a stool.
Huh.
No, I'm serious.
He's speaking on stage. He doesn't need a stool.
Oh, well.
We'll get you a bar stool. Then you can pony up.
I'm good at that.
Yeah. And your opening song could be sitting on this bar stool again. Yeah, that wasn't funny.
What that was.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, Nick.
Yeah.
Good job.
All
Yeah,
this episode
totally.
is so far as plugs.
Right. Shamelessly.
Shameless plugs. So, anyways, we're working on the lodge.
Yep.
And that's going to be coming very soon. Nick will be putting the promo video together in the next 14 days. That's the deadline that we discussed. We got to get you the content. but
Sorry, it took me a second.
Promo pitch will be going on the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to start partnering with corporations that share these values and vision to help change this country 20 people at a time.
Yep.
I'm not going to say one person at a time. It's going to be at least 20 people at a time. And getting them outdoors, empowering them to feel, to get their self-confidence back, to know that there's others out there who've been through what they've been through or similar, to get them grief counseling, let them let loose, and just feel part of something bigger than them. The activities that are getting planned and put together and some of the names behind this. I mean, I get heartburn literally thinking about it because it's like, this is surreal. Like, we're actually talking this and doing this and putting a plan together. I'm like, okay, well, this is like 30 years ahead of schedule, but I'm good with it. And I think everybody is just kind of sidetracked right now because we're all like going to bed. Well, I'll speak for myself. Going to bed at night and like, man, dreaming of mowing the trails. I'm like cutting firewood.
I'll take that Harley down the trails.
Shoot.
That's a lie. I won't.
Yes, you will.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beers. Yes, you will.
He'll be doing other stuff.
That sounds like a good photo shoot.
Will on stage.
Yeah.
Will with wine. For $1, you're mine.
Will with wine.
Much more expensive than that.
Is it Will with wine or wine with Will? I think it's
Wine with
It's
whatever.
Wine. It's wine with Will.
Wine with
Oh,
Will.
wait.
Yeah.
We got to get the trademark. Andy's watching. Andy says, hey, so Andy can handle your trademark.
Hey,
That'll be $700, by the way.
you take a check. No, we'll do all kinds of stuff down the trail. So, I mean, people will be able. That's the thing, though. It's not just an amphitheater. Like, you just go and you do one thing and, okay, bye. I hope you had a good time. I mean, it's
All encompassing.
total. Yeah, it's the total package. You know, we can ride four-wheelers. We can do shenanigans.
Paul Hebert, Captain Paul, Captain Dave Marciano from Wikituna. They're both in.
Sweet.
Nice.
Bruce Mitchell's in. I mean, so like,
I'm pretty excited about that.
not only like if you've been going through a hard time, or like if like especially children, that's the big thing I want to focus on because Paul's daughter has been, and his story was pretty remarkable. But getting the children to come out,
Yeah.
and they get to spend the weekend with these celebrities and country music singers, and just go out and have fun, and then actually get to hang out with some pretty cool people and have some
Realizing
new life
somebody
experiences.
cares.
Exactly.
Besides just the people you see every day.
They're not just faces on TV.
Right.
Like, they genuinely care, and it's real close to home, especially Paul.
Yeah.
Really close to home. I just think that's, man, can you imagine having that if you were like 7 years old?
No.
And you were going through some hard times. It's like, hey, by the way, and I don't want to compare it to Make-A-Wish Foundation, but it kind of is.
Sort of.
Only, kids that aren't dying, but you get to have that experience after you've been through a horrible trauma. It kind of gives you a little sense of normalcy, even though there's nothing normal about it. But it really is. It's going to be surreal.
But for it to become the normal, though, for somebody to know when they go through something, there is somewhere with people that care. I mean, there are plenty of good people doing good things.
Sure.
But if they're not local, you never know.
But you just reminded me of something too, and I'm going to do my best not to get on a tangent. If I do, I'm holding you
I'll slap
responsible
you.
to slap me.
Yep.
When people talk about going through hell and what becomes the new normal,
Yeah.
I have yet to meet a successful entrepreneur who's just doing great things that has not had their teeth kicked in,
Yeah.
that has not been through hell, that has not been beat down, that has not been lied to, deceived, broke, homeless, injured, you name it. And, it takes grit and it takes persistence and it takes a no quit, no failure mentality to see the light at the end of that tunnel. And you just keep going. Like, you're going to have hard times, sleepless nights. And then, you finally overcome all this obscurity. And then at the end, you're like, okay, I'm successful. And everybody goes, must be nice.
Yeah.
Eat shit. Censor that for me, Nick. Sorry.
Good thing we're not
I was a little
live.
lean on that one. And I remember it was a joke. I had seen it somewhere. It said success is a lot like pregnancy. Everybody sees the end result, but nobody knows how many times you got screwed to get there. And even though it's kind of funny, it's very true.
Censor that one too, Nick.
I didn't say the other word.
I'm kidding.
But
I get a lot what you're saying about that, because not only when you say entrepreneurs and stuff, but even in the
anybody with success.
for personally, in the artist world, like I had my wreck, and not a whole lot of people know this, but after I had my wreck, I hung the towel on music for 2 years completely. And I thought that, that was it, that I had lost my voice. I had lost the ability to play my guitar, all this and that. And I thought that, oh, well, that's it. That's my talent's gone. There's no way I can get that back. And so one day it dawned on me, and I was like, the way things are going, it's not making me happy at all. I miss music, And so I picked up my guitar one day, and I was like, okay, so let's try this thing one more time. So I get a lot. I relate to that a lot. That, the beat down and the fight up the hill. It's true. It's very true.
When you get hit that hard and you're knocked down, you have only one way to go. You can take the easy way out, or you can fight for what you want.
Yeah.
Nobody, when you're in that situation, nobody is going to work as hard as you towards your dreams. But if you take care of those around you and build together, you're going to be great. But this is an opportunity. This lodge would be an opportunity for folks who've been knocked down to fast pace. And that's what I'm going to call this, the fast lane to inspiration. Because you go through hell, then you got to find out external inspiration. Then you got to be able to inspire yourself without needing the external inspiration, and then channel that and drive forward with knowledge, intelligence, and networking. And that's where you're going to go. Mm-hmm. So this is an opportunity for folks to fast track this. What's the outcome, right? Everybody goes to this lodge. You could be putting the next CEO of a Fortune 10 company through this lodge, because you've shown them you can hit the bottom and go all the way to the top. You are your own worst enemy. If you don't want something, don't. There was a post on Facebook today. I can't remember his last name. Daniel Curry. He was an IT guy out of Indiana, north of here. He shared on Facebook a friend of his that went on vacation, business entrepreneur, and some chick, we'll call her Karen, she messaged him and was like, "You're just financially shaming those of us that can't afford to go on vacation. Nobody's stopping you but you.
No.
If you're not happy, do something." I've known single mothers that have made it work with no help, no family watching kids. You figure it out. You go and work that extra job. You pay that babysitter. There's no excuse. There are people out there who've been through worse than all four of us combined and still found a way to make it work. That sounded painful.
Nah. I'm good now.
It's weird that you said that, because my granddaddy today, I was talking to him about some things, and he was telling me about his time when he worked for Memphis Stone and Gravel, and there was a big highway job and this and that. It's like $1 million ticket, like an invoice kind of thing. And he told this fella, he said, "What's wrong, Mr. Harry?" He said, I lost this ticket." He said, "Is that it?" He said, "Yeah, it's a big ticket." And he said, "Well," so I knew a guy one time, he lost a leg. He's still hopping around.
Yeah.
He said, "If that's the worst thing you got going today, that's it." Like, people have real problems. And if they don't have somebody to help them out, sometimes it takes a hand to pull you up out.
Sure does.
You don't know if it's the next CEO or a mother, father, son, daughter, whoever.
Well, and that's the next misconception, too. One of the things I hate saying, I've never said this to any of you. When I hear people talking, or radio shows or documentaries, and they go, "This is a self-made millionaire, blah, 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 blah." Ain't nobody self-made. Nobody. They had employees. They had postal workers deliver their mail. They had a utility company that powered their shop. Nobody is self-made. Now, you may have created that dream and pushed it, but you did not do it by yourself. This showed, just like this show, this was an idea that we kicked around for TV that ended up at a radio station where we met Nick. Nick became a sound engineer. We already knew Will. We knew he was goofy, and we're like, what do we do with him? And we're like,
And beautiful.
he's just so gorgeous.
Well, before you get too far away, I don't want to go too far before it becomes a real tangent. The other thing that actually, Patrick, you said at one time that has stuck with me, and I actually told my wife this today.
Oh, God.
The worst you've ever gone through is just that, the worst you've ever gone through. Right. Where, the worst that person A ever went through was their house burnt down, they lost their husband and their child, the next 2 days, that's the worst they've been through. Then person B dropped their iPhone 11 and cracked the screen, which is the worst thing that's ever happened to them.
Right.
To both of them, that is the worst day of their life.
Right.
And that's an important distinction between, and it's caused me when I see people complaining about
That's their experience.
mundane things. I then think, and you don't ever know what somebody has or hasn't gone through,
Right.
but you realize that they probably haven't gone through as much, and they are going through today what you went through
Right.
Years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and it's the same thing, you know, when people go through hardships, and it's like, look, we've been through worse, you've been through worse, you know, and we put it in perspective. The one thing about this show that I hope people get out of it, the folks we've had on have been through absolute hell. They've lost their kids, they've lost their families, they've lost their jobs, they've lost their careers. One in particular lost 88 friends and 2,000 people,
Right.
all in one morning. You know, and damn, it puts life in perspective. But if you're sitting at home listening to this and you're thinking about doing something, or you want to build something, or you make it happen.
Be about
Speak
it.
it in existence. Be about it. Thank you. And, you know, look, if failure's not an option, it's not an option. It may not happen tomorrow, may not happen next week, may not happen next month, but don't give up. Keep working on it. Because you can sit there and go, well, you know, so-and-so didn't do this or so-and-so didn't do that. Okay, well then get a different so-and-so. Like, that's the easiest game, right? So just like Nick when he screwed up the intro this morning. All right, what? Love you, buddy.
This morning.
Well, this evening.
Oh,
It's morning somewhere.
It's morning
Look.
somewhere.
look.
Maybe.
It's almost morning, isn't it?
I think if I had to throw a diagnostic on it,
You know we're picking on you, right?
Also, don't care. We don't know what you're gonna say.
And by the way, it's
Wow.
morning in Thailand.
well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's actually 6:42 in Thailand right now.
It's 5 o'clock here, Nick.
It's
It's actually almost 7.
Right.
Yeah.
But just at least
Get it
5
right.
o'clock.
Yeah. What's in your cup? He's got his pinky up. Anyways,
Lord.
a couple little things last. But thank you for keeping me. on the
we
tracks.
all went tangent.
It's all good. But no, I mean, it's freaking true. I
Right.
mean, if you're not happy with where you're at, don't be a Karen. And if your name's Karen, I'm sorry your name's Karen. My boy's mom's name's Karen.
You should change it.
But reach out though. You're real quick. The most successful people are those who utilize their resources. You're talking about the lighting people and the post office and this and that. You don't have to have anything if you use the resources around you. And when you're in a bad spot, you don't necessarily think about, oh, I've got that one person back here. I've got, at least my lights are on or this and that.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at the dark side of things, but you don't have to have. I mean, if I'm speaking out of turn, let me know. You talking about somebody got their iPhone 11, somebody lost a child or something. Just because it's not as bad. What they're going through is not as bad as your worst day. A problem is still a problem. A bad thing is still a bad thing. But reach out regardless. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to them. Mm-hmm. Worst they're going to do is you still got the problem. If they can't help you, at least you've got somebody on board. And if you don't, find us. Find somebody. I found y'all playing darts. Badly.
Yeah, you and your hula shirt and your mustache.
You had a mustache then? Just a mustache?
So great.
Yeah,
Just
Wow.
a mustache.
But it was a true handlebar.
I think I remember
Nice.
very clearly the first time you walked in. You had a hula shirt on you didn't have the handlebar. You had the mustache. Your head was shaved.
It's probably
And
like in reg.
Somebody,
mustache.
you had your Marine tattoo or something, and you said something. Oh, no, you had the infidel. And I'm like, Marine. And I remember looking at you, and you're like, oh, boy. A Marine walked in.
I don't remember who I was standing next to. I think it was James, but you walked in,
I was there, yeah.
and I went, not gonna like that guy.
Yeah, it's like, he's going to get drunk.
And boy, was I right, because I hate you.
I know. You'll catch up in height, and then you can talk.
Maybe in weight.
He's only got about 2 inches to go.
I don't know. He said y'all looked similar last time. Let's see. Y'all two, remember?
How do we look similar?
You said it.
We'll talk
Refresh
about
my memory.
we'll talk about it after the show.
yeah.
I don't think I want to know. Anyways, last but not least, for the whole 9 of you left that put up with our BS. Till midnight tonight, and only till midnight tonight, we're announcing it. Use the code 20OFF, 20OFF. You get 20% off an Icy Tech cooler till midnight tonight. I believe it's Eastern time.
I think it is too. They usually run on Eastern.
I'm not even sure. It's whatever our page time zone set up in, I think Eastern.
I believe so.
So you got till midnight, 20 off. You get 20% off an Icy Tech cooler. That's the military, first responder, teacher, all of the above discount applicable to everybody today only. That's a flash sale. So you heard it here. Let your friends know. Let your neighbor know. Let the nursing home know. They might need coolers. Never mind. Let's not go there.
We've sold coolers to
we
a
have.
nursing home.
We've sold coolers to worse than that, too.
Yeah. Mortuary services.
I was gonna say I was about to bark. I didn't like the silence.
It was mortuary services.
Yeah.
Is that you?
No.
Okay, we might be having a small fire over here. So
I'm
What?
so hot there's smoke behind us.
yeah. So live from West. No. Let's finish this rant because I'm getting a little nervous. Ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Right now, it's a fire extinguisher. Live from West Tennessee Icy Tech Studios. I'm Patrick,
I'm still Matt.
I'm Will.
And I'm Nick.
and we are maybe on fire. Back to the lodge. We'll see you next week.
Hey everybody, Nick here from Back to the Lodge. Just want to let you know this episode was brought to you by Mossy Oak, Icy Tech USA, and Higdon Outdoors. Just want to give our sponsors a big thank you to everything that they've done for us. And hey, if you want to catch us live each Wednesday night from 6 to 7, right here on our Facebook page, Back to the Lodge Podcast. You don't want to miss it. So until next time, we'll see you when we head back to the lodge.